Hey there, I'm Sarah from Great Days by Sarah. Welcome back to the Nook. If this is the first time you're joining me, welcome to my world of wellness. Today we have a Tabata style workout, so it will be 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and we will bounce back and forth for a total of 4 minutes for each exercise we have today. That's totally confusing, no worries, just move with me. Do the best you can with the body that showed up today, always listening to it, but at the same time challenging yourself. Let's get warmed up. I'm going to start our timer because we are in and out in 20 minutes today. So we're going to start wide. Take out one hand, reach it towards the opposite side of your body. Maybe it's just your shin, maybe it's your knee. You can get to the foot, great, but you don't need to. Just warming up. Let's add a deeper twist. This time as we reach that other arm up and over, maybe even gaze over your shoulder to get a full body movement here. Last one this side. And then keep your feet where they are. We're in a really wide squat. I'm going to warm up those hips because that's what we're going to start with today. Our first move is a frogger. So it can be with or without a hop. So if you're not jumping today, no worries. I'll show you the variation. You're just going to come up on your toes instead. Last one like this. Keep your feet wide once again. 3 pulses back, and then you're going to crisscross. Give yourself a hug. It's like thanking yourself for showing up for you, your body, your mind today. It's gonna be a good workout. Try to get water on our breaks, but if you need one in between, then obviously take it. Last one back. Keep those legs wide, palm trees over the top, and switch it out. So it'll be 20 seconds on. I have a timer on this side. I'll make sure that it's loud enough for you to hear it over the music, and we'll get started. Turn those feet out. Knees will go wide. So it's a frogger. So it's a wide squat and a little hop up, or a wide squat and up on your toes. I'm going to modify this first one as kind of an extension of our warm up. If you want to add the arms for a little upper body. 2, 1, time. Not so bad, right? We keep going through that. We got 8 total rounds. So that was 1. In between, we just wiggle it out, shake it out, and we go. Here, maybe it's a jump. Get all the creaks out in this extended version of your warm-up here. Abs are tight, chest is lifted. And yes, you can touch the floor, but don't sacrifice bending over to do so. 1 time. Relax it, shake it out. That's 2. And go. So it's a frogger for a reason. These legs are out to the side. It's not a traditional squat. So knees should be tracking over ankles. Time. That's 3. Now you're starting to get the pattern of it, right? Set up. 1 and go. So if you find yourself, I'll show you from the side, bending over to get the floor, don't go as low. You're just here. Reach towards the floor and up. You can get it with a wide squat, great, but you don't need to. Okay? There's our halfway. So now you know what you're in for, right? We have the other half to go. Now it's time to pick up the pace. You know the movement, you know the form. Can you pick it up some way, somehow? Maybe it's getting lower in your squat. Maybe it's really picking up your tempo. Three, 2, 1, relax. You got this, you're doing awesome. The most important part is you keep moving. When that ding goes, we go right back into it. And modify if you need to. Maybe it is just heels up, that's okay. Maybe it's not as low, that's okay too. Most important part is you are challenging your body today. Time. Last 2 rounds of this exercise. Once we finish these 2, we don't come back to it. Get low. And then reach high or hop high. Really make sure if you're hopping, you're landing soft and that core is tight throughout. 3, 2, 1, time. One more, then we get a little bit of a longer break. I'll explain the next exercise. It's a great time to get water. Last time through. Take off. It's only 20 seconds of work. Heart rate should be really up there. This is our last one for block 1. 3, 2, 1, break. 45 seconds. Don't sit down. I know it's tempting. Grab some water, walk around the room, and then I'll explain our second block, which is going to be a plank jack. So I'll show you the full version, and then I'll show you the modifications. Plank jack, shoulders over wrists. Feet start together. And then it's step out, step in, or hopping like a jumping jack. If you're on your knees, you can do this as well. Move it out, move them in, move them in. Less than 10, come down into your space. Pick your poison, here we go. Plank jacks, block 2. Make sure your 10 fingers are spread really wide so that weight is distributed. Shoulders over your wrists, and that butt stays out of the air. It's not a downward facing dog. 3, 2, 1. Simply drop your knees if they're not already down. Sit back, really round the rest for a second. This one you can stay on the ground. You don't have to stand up and walk around because we're right back in. 2. So the step out is as big as you make it, right? It can be narrow. I get this question a lot in yoga. We do these just to get our heart rate up, or it can be crazy wide. It can be past your yoga mat if you're on one. 3, 2, 1, down. Round 3 coming up. I really want you to focus on where are your shoulders. Are they over your wrists or are they way out behind? Pull your belly button towards your back. Tighten your core. Nice and soft if you're doing the hop. Three, 2, 1, time. Roll those shoulders back and down, open up your chest, big inhale, big exhale, and we're right back at it. If you've been jumping the whole time, move it to the step and see how it engages through your obliques instead. Your obliques are those long, strong muscles on the side of our body. You might notice a difference. It works in a different way. Time, halfway through. Arms should be feeling it. Remember those modifications. You can always come down to your knees and walk them out that way. I'll show you once again. It's find that plank, straight line from your knees to your shoulders, and then you can walk them out, walk them in, or just hold in that plank. Core is the name of the game of this one. So pick which way works for you. 2, 1, sit back. If you're really feeling it in your wrists, this doesn't feel good either, put your forearms down. I'll show you that variation. So you can do these from your forearms as well, hopping or stepping. So if your wrists are bugging you, I recently did a wrist-free yoga workout on this YouTube channel. Check it out if you have wrist issues. Still a great workout, just less on your hands. Time. Most of the core stuff we do can be done on your forearms instead of your hands. Right back into it. Those 10 seconds are getting shorter, aren't they? These are our last 2 for this block, and then we get that full break. Keep that gaze straight down or slightly in front. 3, 2, 1, on your knees. One more. Can you try the hop? even if you haven't done it yet. Just try it, even if it's one. Hop out, hop in, hop out, hop in. If your body doesn't like it, move to the step. Home stretch. Now coming back to these, you got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Now we'll stand it up. We'll walk it out. Excellent work. You're halfway through this workout. We have 2 more blocks. The prep, the setup, all the same. Our third exercise is going to be high knees. And once again, lots of variations. That's why I pick the exercises I do, so you can make it work for your body. Step 1, march it out. Doesn't even have to be crazy fast. Just march. Getting your knees up as high as you can, trying to get them to hip level. If you're marching, point those toes. It can be a jog, or get them all the way up. High knees, I'll demo on this first one. Get them up. Maybe it's a run. If you're running, try to get those knees. Maybe even hold your hands out. Give them something to hit. 10 seconds. Time. Stand, sway. Just don't sit, just don't stop. Second block, second round. This one I'm gonna fast march. I'm gonna use my upper body. My knees are just as high, but this time my toes are pointed. So really actively engage through my lower core. Time. And third variation, if you want to add a twist, if you're walking out, your twist, twisting march, twisting march. Elbow towards your opposite knee, they do not need to touch. But if you can't pick up the pace, the speed, maybe this variation works for you working your core today. Time. So those are your choices. Marching, twisting marching, or the high knees, or some sort of in between high knees, high-ish knees. Here it is, number 4. This is the part of the workout. I usually work out barefoot, but when I do these, I'm like, oh, this will be better in sneakers. Maybe you're feeling the same way at home. Time. There's our halfway. Halfway through these high knees, or whatever variation you're taking, home stretch. Getting back to that house. We've turned around on our run. We just gotta get home. Excellent, you got this. How are we gonna challenge your body today? I'm craving a twist on this next one. Exhaling as I twist. It's time. Nice work. 2 to go. Heart rate should be up. I had to modify just so I can talk through these. Here it is. If I do 8 high knees in a row, there'll be no feedback on this end. Now, if you're doing high knees and you can only get them here, that's okay. That's your version of high knees. Have a goal, and then hit it every 20 seconds. 1 left, that's it. Then we get our final break for the workout. Big inhale, big exhale. Let's get after it. Fastest, best one yet. Maybe that means highest one for you. Three, 2, 1, time. but just walk. Walk it out, grab some water. I'm gonna pick up my 45-pound Stanley over here that I can only use in my house because it's too heavy to bring it outside the house to put in the car. Big inhales, even longer exhales. Last block, last time through this, we're doing planks, we're doing a tap. So you're in a plank and then you're reaching for your opposite shoulder. This can be a full plank, this can be a modified plank. If you're modifying, your hips are low, like you're trying to touch a string on sweatpants to the floor. Join me when you're ready. Modification, don't cross the feet. Feet can stay up, just don't cross them. I'll do the mod with you for this first one. So you're limiting that shift side to side. This is one of my favorite exercises. I did these a ton after having my kids because it's so good for your deep core and your pelvic floor. Rest it just like the last one, sit it back. So the first physical therapist I worked with on my pelvic floor, this was her favorite exercise. For my feet are gonna be a little bit wider than they would in a plank, just so I can stabilize a little bit more. It makes it a little bit easier, but it also allows me to get deeper through that engagement of my core. Time. Sit it back. Round 3, I'm gonna have you focus on your shoulders. Make sure they're directly over your wrists, no matter the variation. So if you can do these in a mirror or you have someone to watch you, make sure your shoulders are right over those hands. Done. How we doing? You gotta let me know in the comments how you like this one. This is a tough 20-minute workout. Here it is. After this will be our halfway. I'm gonna modify this one, see if I can engage a little bit more and really not feel that shift in my hips. Notice the straight line from my knees to my shoulders. My feet can be up or down, just not crossed. Relax it. Second half, best half. You got this. If and when it becomes too much to lift that hand to your shoulder, just hold in that plank or that modified plank. Rest. Excellent work. This works everything. Your quads have to engage, your hips have to engage, obviously a ton of core, and your upper body. Here comes number 6. Last 3, 2, 1, down. You got last 2, so 40 seconds of work left in this workout. Leave it all in your space. You can do this. Make sure those hips are down. It's easy to have them shoot up. They want to help. They want to take over. They want to take away the pressure on your core. Don't let them. Your core is strong. Time. And if you don't feel like your core is strong, doing these, your core will get stronger. Last 20. Here we go. If you haven't tried from your feet yet, I encourage you to try one, even from your feet, even if you hold the plank. Shoulders over wrists, gaze is down, a little bit out in front. Last 10 seconds to minimize that shift. 6, 3, 2, 1, relax it. Stand it up. Kick one leg out in front. You're gonna sweep down for a hamstring stretch. Arms all the way open. Open up through your chest and then sweep down for the other leg straight in front. Arms do the same, legs just switch. Last one this way. Big arm circle back. Ground down through one foot. Grab the other. Maybe hold an actual item, or I like to hold my invisible lamppost. And switch. Excellent job on this workout today. You're about to hear a triple ding, and that's our 20-minute workout. And there it is. Thank you so much for joining me on that. If you're not part of my Time Out for Moms Facebook group, which most of you are at this point, but if you're a busy mom looking to squeeze in a little self-care, a little workout, a little meditation, some healthier eating, I'm at Time Out for Moms Facebook group. It's wellness, accountability, and support with Sarah Parise. I also offer a free wellness audit if you want to chat about what should be your next step in your fitness journey. Maybe you're just starting off, maybe you're starting to train for something specific, maybe you have a long journey ahead of you and you're just not sure what to do. I love to offer these calls because it's a real discovery of what you really need and what's doable in your busy life right now, right? Most of us can't be like, I want to run a marathon and I'm going to have a couple hours a day to train for a marathon. It's usually not the people that I get on these calls, but maybe that's you. I'd love to help. If you want to book a free wellness audit, just comment on this video below or shoot me a DM on Facebook or drop me an email, any kind of note. Reach out and we can find a time that works for both of us. Go have a great day.